Shalom. First and foremost, as always, on the start by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, according to the Bible, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and also you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line and your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian. One is the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And Shalom. It's your brother Halaki from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, with another lesson. And we're going to start here in Job 20 and verse 4, because now we're at a point in time where Esau is trying to flip the script and act as if he's the victim in the earth. And this lesson was inspired by the other Yashawamba, his most recent news and prophecy, because as I was watching the video, it was just vexing me to hear this devil speak as if they're the victims, man. To speak as if they have done no wrong and you know, they're just being targeted and when their entire history is established on genocide. You know, the entire history of the Edomite has been established on genocide, man, on rape, robbery, and murder. And now that the tables are turning and everyone is rising up against him, he want to act as if he's the victim and he's done no wrong. No, man. Hell no. You see? Now let's start right here. Job 20 and 4 says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?" And that's what we're witnessing right now. You devils have gone all throughout the earth, rape, robbing, and murdering. You see, and now that your judgment is beginning to come upon you, as the Most High has foretold, now you want to play the victim. You see? Now you want to act as if you've done nothing wrong. You know, now you want to act as if you have this squeaky clean reputation, and none of these things that are happening unto you, and the things that are going to happen unto you, you act as if it's not, what's the word? You act as if it's not called for, when it is. Now verse 6 goes on to say what? "Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yeah, he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?" And this is what's coming for the nation of Edom. You see, this change that we see happening in the earth, where you're being despised among the heathen, you're being made small among the heathen. That's all prophecy, and ultimately it's going to lead up to what? The complete eradication of the nation of Edom, man. You see? Though you sit on your high horse now, you still have the power in the earth at the moment. You're about to be brought very, very low. Why is this happening? This is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai bringing judgment upon you for the crimes that you've committed in the earth, man, and especially the crimes that you've committed against us so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, man, us Israelites. You see? That's why all these things are happening unto you. That's why all these things are befalling you. You are being brought low. So this is Job 20. Job 20 and 8, it says, "He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, He shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. You see that? This is where it's all leading to. Now, I have this article here that I've gone into a few times, highlighting the atrocities that you devils have committed against the tribes. You know, and now it's being brought back out because, once again, you have this devil here basically trying to play victim as if they done nothing wrong. Now, this is a video that Yashawama used in his news and prophecy, but I just wanted to take it and use it in mind and to show you how this devil is starting to operate in the earth. So let's play this real quick.
These are the about cracking down on immigration and suspending the refugee resettlement program. So questions are being asked on why has such an exception been made for this group of people?
But it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. Farmers are being killed. They happen to be white. But whether they're white or black makes no difference to me.
South Africa's Foreign Minister, Zita.
So he mentions genocide is happening. Well, this is what you devils are all about. You're all about genocide. But now that is happening unto you, it's a problem. But when you were doing it, it wasn't an issue. You know? Especially what you've done unto our people. When we bring it out, you know, and show you the facts of how this land was acquired by way of rape, robbery, and murder, by way of the sword, how it was built up by way of free slave labor off the back of the Southern Kingdom Israelites. You want to tell us to get over it. Let bygones be bygones. You sweep it up under the rug as if it never happened. But now that we're in the time, that we are in the time of the end of your kingdom, you want to come out as if you're the victim, you know, and genocide is just happening unto you for no reason. No, man. This is a recompense upon you for all your crimes that you've committed in the earth. You see? And it's just going to get worse. So let's keep going. Let's see what else they have to say.
Usually the processing of refugees here takes months, even years. But for this group, it didn't take that long. And we spoke to the UNHCR, and ordinarily they would have been involved in the vetting process, but they said not only did they not take place, but they were never approached. I asked the Deputy Secretary of State why the special treatment.
The President has recognized the dire situation of this particular group of people, and again, they went through the process.
Human Rights Watch say there are thousands of people who meet the threshold for seeking refuge.
So basically it's a dire situation now because it's happening in the Esau. But let's go into the history of these devils, man, to show you what they've done. Now I have this article, like I said, I've gone into this article many times, you know, to shine light on how this country has come to be. This country that you Edomites love so dearly. This land of America that you're so proud of, you see? Where was the outcry? Oh, where is the outcry for what happened to the people that were in this land before you got here? There was none. Where's the outcry against those who built this country up for you? There is none. But now you want some sympathy and some pity because you're being genocided. If that's what's really going on, because you know the mainstream media will spin some shit quick. But it says what? Genocide of indigenous people. You devils got some fucking nerve, man. It says the genocide of indigenous peoples, colonial genocide, or settler genocide is the elimination of indigenous peoples as a part of the process of colonialism. Who's known for being a colonizer? Who's known for colonialism? The so-called white race, which are who? The Edomites. This is your history. This is your MO. This is what you do. And then you put laws and legislation into place to be justified in committing a genocide. You see? This is what the founding fathers of America were about. And you Edomites are still for it to this day. You see? Matter of fact, let's get this in Micah chapter 2. We'll start at verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand." You see, you Edomites have been given the fatness of the earth. Hey, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So since you are in the fullness of your blessing, it has been in the power of your hands to devise all this iniquity. You see, to work all this iniquity. You're in control right now. You see? What is it going to tell us though in verse 2? "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage." What is that? Colonialism. Perpetrated by you Edomites, man. Once again, everywhere you are, you've stolen the land. You've stolen the land over there in South Africa. You've stolen the land over here in Canada, America, Central South America. You've stolen all these lands, man. And you ain't do it in a nice way. You didn't go and ask if you could have part of the land and we could split it up and divide. No, man. You took it by way of the sword. You see? Jake was over here living good in paradise. And you Edomites came here and waged war and you showed no pity. Now we're confined to fucking 1, 2 bedroom apartments and shit. You're confined to a small piece of property that you have to pay mortgage on. And then when you finish paying your mortgage, you have to pay the property tax. That's oppression, man. It wasn't like this before you devils got here. We were able to roam freely. We had systems of commerce and economy set up. We had all these things, but you devils love to spin the narrative as if even Donald Trump said out of his own mouth. What did he say? We tamed a continent, as if Jake was just over here living like brute beasts, when that was never the case. Even Cortez said when he came over here and he seen Montezuma's kingdom, he was in awe, man. It was beyond anything that he had ever seen coming from where he came from. He was like, there's nothing on the earth compared to this, what I'm seeing here, how the marketplace was operating. Just the lavishness of it. You see? Just because it wasn't according to you Edomite standard doesn't mean it wasn't civilized. When it surpassed everything that you Edomite stand for, even an Edomite vouched for it. But this is what you devils do. And now you have the nerve to act as if you're the fucking victim. But this just proves that you are the Edomites. It's the same spirit that your forefather Esau was in. You see? It's the same spirit. You're the same people. We can see it in you. But let's keep going. Micah chapter 2 verse 3 it says, "Therefore thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, behold against this family." What family? The family of Edom. You see? Which is mainly made up of the so-called white race. He says what? "Behold against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil." So this judgment that's being brought upon you, which has already begun, you're not going to be able to escape it. You're not going to be able to use your mainstream media to spin the narrative to deceive Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You Edomites' days are numbered, man. and you're about to pay greatly. Now let's go back to this article here, right? Let's we'll read some of this, and then we'll jump down to the American genocide just to show you the brutality of the genocide committed against the Israelites. You see? So it says, according to certain genocide experts, including Raphael Lemkin, the individual who coined the term genocide, colonialism is intimately connected with genocide. God damn. You see? Hold up. Let's define intimate. God damn. Intimately. In a way that involves detailed knowledge. In a private or personal way. So basically, it's your culture. It's what you do. It's who you are. This is what it is. In a way that involves a close link or relationship. So you can't have colonialism without genocide. Well, how else can I say? You can't have Edom. You can't have Edom, you see, without genocide, man. They're intertwined together. Hold up. Shameful spewing. Oh, man. Hoo-wee. Hold up. Shameful spewing. Right? Habakkuk 2. We'll get this real quick. Habakkuk 2 and 16, it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. You see that? And that's what's happening now. You Edomites are trying to get away from this stain, which is your history, but you can't. It's who you are. It's what you are. You can't get away from it. You want to act as if you're these beacons of light in the earth, these angels of righteousness and the standard of how you're supposed to live. No, nigga, you're not. And this is why you're trying to hide from the fact of who you are, what you are, what you've done. And there's no escaping it. You're always going to have to face the fact of how you stole this land by way of genocide, by way of the sword. Brutality. It's just what it is. You're always going to have to face the fact of how this land was built up off the brutal slavery of us so-called blacks, West Indians, and Haitians. Hey, hell, you even had Northern Kingdom Israelites in slavery as well. You enslaved all the tribes. This is your history. Ain't no getting away from it. You see, you want to try to hide it. You want to try to wipe it and erase it away from the history books. No, man. Ain't no getting away from this. This is what you've done. You see, you're going to have to face these wicked deeds. You want to start tearing down a few years ago, they was tearing down Christopher Columbus statue and shit. Trying to erase stuff out of the history books. No, man, this is the shameful spewing that's stuck onto you. It's stuck to you. You see? Because you can't mention Edom without mentioning genocide, man. You cannot mention Edom and not mention genocide. That's how tight-knit those two things are together, man. Edom and genocide are synonymous. They go hand in hand. So that's that shameful spewing that's on your glory, your bloody history, man. Trying to act like you some fucking angels of light in the earth. No, man, you people are demons, man. You see? So Habakkuk 2 and 16, it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee. And that's what we're witnessing happening right now. This is why Esau is being called out all throughout the earth. The Most High is taking the cup out of the hand of the Israelites, taking it out of our hand, and he's giving it into the hand of the Edomites, man. You see? And they're beginning to drink of the cup. These curses are starting to be put upon Esau and taken off of us. It says, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. There it is. Let's see what it says in the NLT real quick. Habakkuk 2:16 in the NLT, it says, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Yes, sir. Come, drink, and be exposed. Drink from the cup of Yahweh's judgment, and all your glory will be turned into shame. And that's what's happening. You see? You're trying to hide all these facts. You're trying to act as if it never happened, like it never existed. You see? Even in that video, where Trump was speaking, he was talking about, yeah, they're being genocided. They're having their land confiscated. Nigga, is that not what you did here? And everywhere else you've gone in the earth? You see? So I says, what the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, man. So back in the article, it says, according to, let me see, we got all that. Intimately connected with genocide, right? It says, Lemkin saw genocide via colonization as a two-stage process. The destruction of the indigenous group's way of life, followed by the settlers' imposition of their way of life on the indigenous group. Oh. Hold up. Let's go back to Habakkuk 2. And 16, it says what? Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's what the dude just described in the article. Now, Jake wasn't over here living perfectly, but they had some type of order. They had some type of structure. They weren't acting like savages as they're doing now. But what did Esau do? He gave him that bottle to drink, that wine to drink, those wicked ways, man, and turned Jake into complete and utter degenerates. And now, you see, he's put Jake at the forefront as the face of all crime in the earth. It's these people. Well, where did they learn all that from, man? They learned this shit from you Edomites. And now you're trying to put our people at the forefront as if they're the reason the earth is the way it is. Now, Jake is fucked up. You see? But you Edomites have caused way more damage in the earth than our people have, man. Trust and believe it. You see, you don't see anywhere in the earth where we've gone and colonized, committed genocide, raped the women and the children and the men. You see, that's what you Edomites have done, man. But once again, we just read that, and that goes right here with Habakkuk 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And now that Jake is in this state, this condition that he learned from you devils, now you want to paint him as the portrait of all crime and all the degeneracy in the earth. It's these people. No, man, it's you fucking Edomites, man. You see? It's you fucking devils. Now, let's go back. Salakia. This is it says what? Other scholars view genocide as associated with but distinct from settler colonialism, the expansion of various Western European colonial powers such as British and Spanish, which are who? Edomites, you see, empires, and the subsequent establishment of colonies on indigenous territories. Sounds like confiscation of land to me. The same shit that's happening to you Edomites, right? Hey, see? This is what happens. It says what? The subsequent establishment of colonies on indigenous territories frequently involved acts of genocidal violence against indigenous groups in Europe, the Americas, Africa, Asia, and Oceania. This is the reign of terror by you devils. And now you want to sit at the seat of morality and act as if this is just happening to you for no reason. No, man. You see? This is judgment being brought upon your punk ass. And you deserve everything that's coming upon you. Let me see. Now what I want to do is go here. Because Esau think that flipping the script is going to get him out of the judgment he has coming up to him. He believes that he's going to play the sympathy card, you know, and get some pity. No, man. You devils are going to pay. So, yeah, we got time. We got time. Yeah, we got some time. So it says what? Let's keep reading. It says, it is estimated that during the initial Spanish conquest of the Americas, up to 8 million indigenous people died. Let's say murdered. You see? Okay, they didn't just die. They were murdered. Esau had his hand in it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, man. It says what? Primarily through the spread of Afro-Eurasia diseases. So once again, they were murdered. Because of these dirty ass devils, man. It says what? Wars and atrocities. The population of indigenous Americas is estimated to have decreased from approximately 145 million to set around 7 to 15 million between the late 15th and 17th centuries, representing a decline around 90 to 95%. And you devils want to sit up here and talk about some fucking genocide. The nerve of you devils, man. You see? You decreased the population of our brothers and sisters up to 90 to 95%. You see? Between the 15th and 17th century. Showing you what these devils were on, man. And this is why Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah said he's not going to turn away the punishment from Esau, man. For all you niggas out here trying to save this devil. You see, a lot of you Israelites really don't know what the fuck is going on. You hear us tell you that judgment is coming to this devil, that they're going into slavery, and you feel like it's harsh. No, man, they deserve everything that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah is about to do to them, man. Because look at what we're reading. This is their history. This is what the fuck has happened for America to become what it's become. You see? This is not some light thing. These devils need to be shackled and chained. And that's exactly what's coming for them. Let's get Amos 1 and 11, man. It says what? Thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And we're reading that right now. This is the spirit that he was in when he came to this land knowingly. He knowingly came to this land. He didn't just stumble upon it. It shows you that in that movie of 1492. When Christopher Columbus was talking about coming to the other side of the world, he was following the documentation of our forefathers out of the book of, what was it, 2nd Ezra? You see? Matter of fact, 2nd Ezra 13. He even said it in the movie. So these devils knew exactly who they were coming to conquer and destroy, man. And they did it relentlessly, man. They did it ruthlessly. They had no pity. They didn't give a damn. And now they want us to have some pity upon them because the same type of shit that happened to them or happened to us is happening to them. No, man. You will get no pity from us. Where you random man white bitch come from? But you would get no pity from us, man. You see? Because now we're finally living in a time where Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is making good on his word, man, as he told us he would. You see, we're not shying from it. We're not finna be in the spirit with you weak ass Christians talking about, oh, we all bleed red, we all brothers. No, man, hell no. You devils gotta pay. And all of you Israelites, who are in that spirit to try to save these devils, may Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shall destroy you as well, man. You see? Because you niggas are tripping. Now, let's keep going. It says what? Mistreatment and killing of Native Americans continued for centuries. Centuries. A century is 100 years. So that's centuries with an S. So multiple centuries, mistreatment and killing of Northern Kingdom Israelites took place. You see? Mass murdering you so-called Hispanics and Native Americans and Seminole Indians. But you want to have some pity on this devil? No, man. You Israelites got to get out of that weak ass spirit, man. For real. You see, you got to get out of that weak ass spirit. These devils got exactly what they got coming. So it goes on to say, mistreatment and killing of Native Americans continued for centuries in every area of the Americas, including the areas that would become Canada, the United States, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Chile, all up and down the Americas, man. Mass murder was being committed against the Israelites. What is this? Genocide. This is the history of these devils. You see? And they want to sit and smile in your face as if they done nothing wrong. They want to sit and tell you to just forget about it and sweep it up under the rug, man. You see? A lot of blood has been shed in this land. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah requires a payment for that. They can't just walk away. And why the fuck would you let them? Talking to you Israelites out here who are trying to give this devil a pass, man. What is wrong with y'all? You see? Let's get this real quick. Or was it what, Numbers 35 and 33. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. This is the only answer, man. You see? This is the only way to receive true reparations. It's for the people who committed all these atrocities against our people to be destroyed. You see? For this land to be purified of our blood that has been shed from Canada all the way down to Chile. Good Lord, man. This is why America has to be completely and utterly destroyed. Because that's the only way this land can be cleansed. And once it's destroyed, it will never be inhabited again, man. This is how much has gone on in this land when it comes to us being murdered here. Once again, us coming back into this understanding is not something light. Us finding out that we're the Israelites and they're the Edomites, and the history between our two nations is not something light, man. You see? Esau has gone past the point of no return. You see that? So this is what has to happen. Now, we go back. It says, in the United States, some scholars, examples listed below, state that the American Indian Wars and the doctrine of manifest destiny, which they love to mention that, don't they? You see? And it was manifest destiny. Everything that you've done here unto us was prophesied to happen. It was prophecy. It had to happen. But the Most High is so cold with it, he put you devils into a trick bag. You see, you thought this was being done of your own free will. No. This was prophesied to come to pass from the beginning. You see, and the Most High set you devils up You see, to do all that you've done, so he can punish you. You see, and that's what's happening. And that's what's about to happen. You see? So, it goes on to say, the American Indian Wars and the doctrine of manifest destiny contributed to the genocide, with one major event cited being the Trail of Tears. You see this? So the entire history of you Edomites here in the land of America is tied to genocide, man. You can't mention America and not mention genocide. You can't mention America and not mention the transatlantic slave trade. You see, you can't mention America and not mention the Trail of Tears. You see? And all the other genocides that have taken place in this land. The reputation of you devils is completely stained and tarnished. You see, and there's no escaping it for you. Let me see what else we got. Let's skip this real quick. Let's get some of the methods that you used during your genocide. Matter of fact, what is this going into? Let's read this. It says, according to the Cambridge World History, the Oxford Handbook of Genocide Studies, and the Cambridge World History of Genocide, colonial policies, in some cases, included the deliberate genocide of indigenous peoples in North America. According to the Cambridge World History of Genocide, Spanish colonization of the Americas also included genocidal massacres. Whew. See, hey man, you devils are not innocent. Matter of fact, you devils are not innocent, and all of you who are, no, that was my forefathers. Guess what? It's going to be required at your hand anyway, because you are your forefathers back in the reincarnation. And this is why these pagan Christians don't want to deal with reincarnation, because now that means they have to be held accountable for the things they've done in their past lives, and they don't want anything to do with that. You see, and that's what they're trying to escape. This is why they cleave unto Jesus Christ so hard and heavy, because they feel like this false Messiah is going to be able to allow them to be saved from the atrocities they've committed, because they know they're guilty. They know it, and this is why they get so uncomfortable when we bring it up. You can see it in their face. It makes their stomach turn. You see? Now, some of these devils don't give a fuck, but when you start to bring it up, you can see they start turning red. They're embarrassed. They're ashamed of it, and you should be. You see? But it tells us here in Isaiah 14:21 that what? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You see that? So there is nothing that any of you Edomites can do or say to get out of the judgment that you have coming upon you. Because at the end of the day, okay, let's say reincarnation didn't exist. You still profited and benefited off of what your forefathers have done. Have you not? Have you not lived all throughout this land under the vibration of white privilege? You see, you having a higher, you having more access and more liberty to do whatever you please than the other nations that are here. That's because of what your forefathers did to get this land. So all of you Edomites have benefited some shape, form, or fashion. And if you haven't benefited in it, hey, the joke's on you. Because now you're a two-time loser. You see? But this is what the judgment calls for, man. All of you Edomites are going to pay for all that your forefathers have done. Ain't no escaping it. And we're reading the fucking, this is the damn rap sheet here. You see, you devils really recorded your rap sheet and put it in books as if it was some type of shit to be proud about. And that was done because you really never thought that a judgment was going to come upon you for all these things. But we're here to tell you that you're sadly mistaken, man. Now, this is, we're back in the article. It says, according to Adam Jones, genocidal methods included the following: genocidal massacres, biological warfare, using pathogens, same shit you're doing to this day. And then you make these biological pathogens and tell our people that they have to be the first ones to take it. You devils haven't changed, man. Just because you got this damn suit and tie on, you devils haven't changed, man. It says what? Especially smallpox and plague, to which the indigenous peoples had no resistance. Hey, and that's the curses coming upon our people. When you go into Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, it goes into all these things our people would eventually suffer. And the Most High brought these devils upon us, and it all came to pass. And we're still suffering up under these curses till this day, man. You see? When did the 1948ers suffer through all these things? It never happened because they're not the Israelites. Now it goes on to say, spreading of disease via the reduction of Indians to densely crowded and unhygienic settlements. Sounds like the ghettos. It says what? Slavery and forced indentured labor, especially, though not exclusively, in Latin America, in conditions often rivaling those of Nazi concentration. Boy, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I had to cuss a lieutenant out when I was in the military because even before I knew the truth. Because he tried to compare what we went through during the time of slavery and the genocide of the Northern Kingdom. This is even before I knew the truth. He tried to compare all that to the fucking concentration. Man, we was on his ass, man. Man, get the fuck. We ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know the concentration camps could have been. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Shut up. Shut up. Get the fuck out. That's how we was talking to a lieutenant because that's how much it pissed us off. And we didn't even know about the truth, man. And that these devils are the Edomites. That's before I even found that out. But that's what these devils try to do. To try to get you, have some pity and sympathy. No, man. No. Hold up. What does it say? Real quick. Hold up. Real quick. Yup. This is Daniel 9 and 11. It says, yeah, and all Israel have transgressed thy law. Talking about all the tribes. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory, man. It says what? Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. Verse 12. And he hath confirmed the words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. You see? And this is the majority of our history, man. Great evil being brought upon us by the heathen nations and ultimately by the most wicked of the nations, the Edomites, man. Right? Then it tells us what? For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So when you nations try to come to us and try to say, oh, other nations went into slavery. Okay, and no nation has suffered the way the nation of Israel has suffered. No nation. Nothing that you've gone through compares to anything that we've suffered as a nation. You see, so no, it's not comparable to no motherfucking Nazi camps. Doesn't even come close. You see? Fuck out of here, man. We cussed that punk ass here 1948 a lieutenant. Yeah, get your ass up out of here, man. So it goes on to say, mass population removals to barren reservations, sometimes involving death marches en route, just letting you drop dead of exhaustion. This is what these devils have done for you niggas who want to give them a pass, man. Who want to let this motherfucker off the hook without having to receive any judgment. You niggas tripping. It says what? And generally leading to widespread mortality and population collapse upon arrival. Deliberate starvation and famine exacerbated by destruction and occupation of the native land base and food resources. Oh, one of the most famous motherfuckers out here in Colorado is goddamn Buffalo Bill. The brother Anah, he put me up on game about this damn devil a couple years ago. How he was just known. He got his name for being known for just slaughtering all the buffalo so Jake can have a food source. And he has pictures of him just standing on fucking a mountain of buffalo carcasses, man, so they could starve Jake out. These are the things that these devils have done, man. You see? And like I said, if you want to go read more of this article, you can, because it shines light on all that these devils have done. You see? Oh, look at this. And then it just goes on. The rap sheet goes on and on and on and on and on, man. You see, on. You see? On. British colonization of the Americas. More Edomite genocide. You see? All the different massacres, all the different wars, and then it goes into what was done in Canada. So for these devils to be sitting around talking about some fucking genocide being committed against quote unquote white people, these motherfuckers are hypocrites, man. And trying to come out there with that somber voice and all sad and man, fuck you devils. Fuck you devils, man. For real. So yeah, and that just goes into it. We'll read this real quick and get a few precepts and we'll close it out. It says, it is also apparent that the shared history of the hemisphere is one which is framed by the dual tragedies of genocide and slavery. There it is. There it is. You see? And all the tribes fell up under that. It says what? Both of which are part of the legacy of the European invasions. You can't get past it. This is what you devils are. This is who you are. This is what you've done. Both of which are part of the legacy of the European invasions of the past 500 years. Indigenous people, both north and south, were displaced, died of disease, and were killed by Europeans, which are Edomites. Edomites, you see, through slavery, rape, and war. In 1491, about 145 million people lived in the Western Hemisphere. By 1691, the population of indigenous Americans had declined by 90 to 95%, or by around 130 million people. And I can guarantee that number was even greater than that. I can guarantee you it was even greater. But you devils want to stand at the forefront of pity and sorrow and empathy for some fucking genocide going on in South Africa. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, man. So let's get it. Let's get Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And this is what we're witnessing. You see, the cup is being taken out of our hand and being given unto our enemies, as the Most High promised he would do. These devils are about to pay. You see, all these heathen are about to pay. And you Israelites who want to side with the enemy, you're going to pay. You see? Let's get this. Ezekiel 35 and 11. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And this is what's coming. Judgment is coming upon you, devils, and there ain't shit you can do to escape it. This is what it was always going to be. This is what it was always going to lead up to. You finally receiving that judgment for all that you've done unto us, man. You see? Let's go here. Let's get, because there's so many. Oh, let's do this real quick. Jeremiah 49 and 17, it says, oh, no, 12. No, what am I looking for? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Jeremiah 49:12, it says, For thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, talking about the Israelites, right? Says what? Have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And we're witnessing Esau starting to drink out of the cup of the Most High's hand, man. You see? That's what's happening. The cup is being taken from us and is being passed to these devils finally, man. You see? Let's get verse 13. It says what? For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord power Yahweh, that Basel shall become a desolation, a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. And that goes into the utter destruction of America, receiving the judgment required to cleanse the land, as we just read in Numbers 35 and 33. The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And the Most High has deemed this place to be burned by way of nuclear fire, with everything in it. That's what's coming upon this place as a judgment from the Lord. You see that? Let's get Obadiah 1 and 9. It says, And thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And why are every one of the mount of Esau going to be cut off by slaughter? Verse 10 tells us, For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Which we just went through his track record, right? We went through his rap sheet, the history they're trying to hide from. That's the shame that's covering thee. It says what? And thou shalt be cut off forever. That's the end all be all of these devils, as we started with in the book of Job. He shall flee away to never be seen again. This was always the fate of these people, to be taken out of power and eventually eradicated from the earth when it's all said and done. And it's going to be done at the hands of the Israelites, thus saith the Lord. Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua hath spoken it. There it is. This is your fate. This is the righteous judgment coming upon you for all that you've done unto us. You see? And it's a perfect judgment according to what Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua has ordained, man. Let's get this real quick. Psalms 137 and 7, it says, Remember, O Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. And this, like I said, it doesn't begin here in America. It goes all the way back, man. Hell, it goes back to when we came out of Egypt. The first nation to war against us was Amalek, man, which is the head tribe of Esau. So your entire history, you see, is laden with you committing genocide against our people. And now we're coming into a time where you devils are finally paying for it. You see, finally paying for it, finally getting everything that you deserve. So Psalms 137 and 7, it says, Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. This goes into the time where we've been sacked by the Babylonians. You damn devils were there to what? To destroy our temple, man. So you Edomites have a lot to pay for, man. A lot. So I says what? The sins of you devils have reached unto the heavens. So it goes on to say in verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that reward of thee as thou hast served us. And that's the spirit that the true believers are in. We're longing. You see? We're longing to get our hands on you devils when that time comes, to reward you as you have done unto us. You see? To bring all that hate and pain and suffering upon you as you have done it unto us, man. And that's a righteous spirit to be in. While you weak ass Christians out here talking about love and Jesus, man, if you don't go and read the fucking history of this land and what has been done unto our people in it and get the fuck out of our face, where's the love, brother? Ain't no fucking love. You see, this is love. Cleaving unto the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is love. You see? Psalms 137:9, it says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, as a recompense for you destroying our little ones. We just seen on that picture in the article where you had the Spanish, what he was bashing the Israelite baby against a log stump, man, with no remorse. Didn't give a damn about little Jake crying, howling and wailing. He didn't care. And we're not gonna care when we're fully back in power and we get to destroy you. You see, according to the Most High's anger and fury, man, we're not gonna give a damn either. Come on, man. This is Ezekiel. Nah, shit wanna fuck up. Even the technology you're trying to say, Esau, no, man. You see the phone and froze, but the thing's still rolling. Come on, man. This is Ezekiel 25:12. It says, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because they Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and there the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is what is beginning to happen. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is dismantling everything pertaining to you Edomites. And when it's all said and done, you will be given over into our hands to destroy you. You see, according to the Most High's anger and according to the Most High's fury, thus saith the Lord, man. And so with that, I'm going to end it by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has credited us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.